Hello, I'm Eagle. Eagle Gardens. Eagle Gardens 1 on Instagram. And this is fucking talking shit with Eagle, episode 353.5. The wormhole. Hopefully, you guys are getting your notifications starting to pop on. I can see myself talking in the background there. Idiots. Idiot. Got a few of you popping on. So we got four watching. Where's my chat? There's CJ Apple. Ton of respect for you, CJ. How are you doing this evening? Introvert Genetics, thank you for the lead on Pop's Rooms. It was a very fun episode. Thank you very much. Anybody else that has some people that they would like to see on the show or whatever, please let me know so I can get in touch. Always looking for some great new guests, some different perspectives on the channel. What's up, old Basso for life? CJFO, Introvert Genetics. Thank you for popping back in. Magma Seeds, how you doing? Smoke and Grow Frazier, hell yeah. Dozer, what is that symbol before your name? Every time I go to search up you to fucking say hello, man, I get that fucking, I can't figure out what the fuck that symbol is. Keystone Canna Flag PA, cheers to you. I Medic 31, Little Juster for Ill Juster 420, that's a new one. Southern BT Grower, cheers, happy birthday to you. Sorry I missed that shit, man, but I did put you in the book for next year. You will not be forgetting this year or next year. I will have you in my book for your happy birthday shout out. Hopefully you had an awesome birthday, my friend. Gotta put ill Juster 420 in my book, the shout outs book, man. My thank you book. I'm doing pretty good, Magma Seeds. Like I was saying earlier, I am more energetic and more focused on this project than I ever have. I am all in on this, man. Thank you for asking, by the way. Budsville, USA. Seems like it's been a minute, my friend, since I've seen you in the chat, and it's an honor to see you this evening. Hopefully you are doing well. Thank you, Mike B. Man, I am way overdue to smoke, man. I had busted one up to smoke with Pops there, and things went so fast, and it was such a good conversation. I just never got caught up into lighting or rolling this joint. So it's past due. The only difference is I believe it's just gotten a little bigger. Thank you, Bengus. Man, hopefully you didn't mind me talking about the reference with the mushrooms with him. Sometimes I think, or I speak before I think, to be honest with you. I overstep sometimes, I think. Good tune right here, suggested by a community member, Dank Grower. Thank you for suggesting this song, by the way. How is Bingus? Bingus should pop on and tell us how Bingus is doing. Always look forward to speaking with Bingus. Seems like we're down a few tonight. It's a good tune. Get me a little hash worm going. Gotta have a hash worm. Gotta have that hash. I Medic 31. Cheers to you. I haven't said it already. And I'm still put off taking down that orange boss till earlier today, and got a little sidetracked at some point, but man, I still got I'd say at least a third of that bad boy to finish taking down here. Being just positive vibes. How much does that look like a real worm? I forgot the camera's right there. Beautiful light. Oh, beautiful. There's Bingus. Wonder how Smiley did at the genetics trading, the gene traders today. Bingus, shut this music off here.
It's all good.
Thanks for popping on, my friend.
No, man, what a great interview. I was glued. Uh, yeah, just he, you know, fortuitous, I think is the word. Maybe not fate, but fortune called on us. You know what I mean? Give it whatever word, whatever adjective you want to use. It was pretty fucking cool. Pretty damn cool.
Love seeing people that passionate about what they're doing, projects they're taking on.
Yeah, I thought the mycelium network was definitely at work or connecting or whatever you want to call it, man. I had seen some great comments in chat. Um, Again, I learned as much in chat as I do on your show. You were having a great time, and that's always important. Uh, he gave you the tips to, you know, be entertaining, you know, whatever the other part was. After the entertainment part, I was laughing. So, but he's right.
Educational.
Yeah, education.
And
What was the third one? Chat.
enjoyable, I think.
Okay, I'll buy that. But yeah, great. He's obviously been at educating and preaching for a while, and that really does pay off for him, and that's just to our benefit. So it was great.
I couldn't believe the I would actually, I found it a little bit surprising that there wasn't the spirituality connection there. That's not so often that I speak with somebody about mushrooms and it's more like a clinical approach. You know what I mean? Most of the time, when you talk to somebody that's dealing with mushrooms as a medicine, they've had that deep dive, that hero dose that makes it spiritual for them, and it's kind of changed it to. So, talking with somebody that was so pro mushroom, but hadn't had that spiritual connection or spiritual change with it was a little bit surprising, but it didn't take any way out. He's still an advocate, still a fighter. It's just I was surprised not to see the spiritual connection. It seems to go hand in hand with mushrooms.
The I think the word spiritual as a label might be objectionable. You know what I mean? In his involvement, which is fine. I mean, the connection aspect was undeniable, and I'm pretty sure he would agree with that. So I mean, it's that connectedness. It's euphoric. Um, what he's doing is obviously euphoric. He's jacked, right? So he's having a great time, and that euphoria had you can the adjective I put towards that would be a spiritual euphoria, right? So I kind of naturally grab to that description. But then again, if we're trying to connect the world, which we should be, we don't want to use labels. We don't want to label things. Well, if you're a Christian or a spiritualist or a Buddhist I mean, it's more of a way of fragmenting us than it is bringing us together. And I think that's what I got from it, which I totally understand. But it's different strokes for different folks. And I think that's the biggest thing I think to remember too. It's just keep doing what makes you happy. All right. And again, it brought forth in my mind the fact that we have to pay, all right, makes us it individualizes us, and Pops was trying to, I think, talk more about the connection, that using the example of the guy with the yacht and what have you. I mean, it's kind of a problem, I think, of separation that we're experiencing. And in order for us to get past, just look out your window, my friends. In order to get past the bullshit, we're going to have to raise the vibration out of the third dimension. And that's the bottom line here. Everybody's saying, oh, there's all these conspiracy theorists. And, I don't even want to say that. There's a lot of hopeful people that want change. But if each one of us changes, right, truly changes, like Pops was mentioning, I mean, where you're giving more than you're taking, right, where it's a win-win, that's how we raise the vibration. And time, I wrote in the chat that time is kind of an illusion in the third dimension because, dude, I was reading today a book, which I haven't done in a while, and time flew. There was no time. I read for almost 2 hours and it seemed like 20 minutes. All right. So I obviously was not in a third dimension. Right. I had to raise myself out of it because I was focused and interested. And what helps me with that? Microdosing. So, I totally related. I think people, we have trouble because we're trained to be individuals. We want our particular perspective to be the right one, right? So we get behind it, and when really it's just a perspective, and as long as it's pointing towards raising the vibration, dude, I'm like touchdown. You know what I mean? So that's just my take on it.
One thing I do agree with when he said was, I don't believe it's going to change you, or it was the change. You're right. He was right in saying that is, it isn't necessarily going to change you. You know what I mean? All it can do is present the right thing to you, the direction where you can go. From there on, you have to be the change. All it can do is make light of the problems or the source, of the change. It's up to you after, the fruition or the feeling fades for you to act and be that change. You know what I mean? All I can do is make light of it. You have to make the change. You know, you have to live the change. All I can do is show you where you're fucking up.
The however, the psilocybin facilitates that, in my opinion. It makes it easier it heals your thinking. The blockages that are subconsciously below the level that we don't even realize that are there, it brings them up, and you have to deal with them. And in that, you have a healing, and that's change. I mean, is it enough to change the world? If everybody started feeling that way, I would say, yeah. You see, is it enough to make you be accountable and responsible and dedicated to something like that? I think that's what he's getting at. Is do you really want to? Do you really want to contribute? Do you really want to change? Fucking show me, right? Show the world, not show me, but show the world with your actions. You know what I mean? And I don't know. This is all new territory for me, but this is just how I'm feeling about it. I microdosed today, um, and I'm now, of course, I'm going to start. I'm definitely going to be studying his YouTube channel, and I'll probably start growing as well. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I definitely loved his aspect about, the teaching aspect of it. It's medicine as soon as you start trying to grow. You know what I mean? That is really, he's right. That's when the healing, that's when the medicine starts right there. When you start cultivating your own medicine, it either being the mushrooms or the cannabis, there's a there is a healing that starts right then and there.
For me, you know what I mean? That's the other thing is, it's like when I make a strain, okay? I'm creating, all right? And if I create something that I like, chances are, since I'm a human being, all right, other humans might like it as well. Will everybody like it? No. Does everybody have to raise their vibration? No. All right. But I guarantee you, if let's just say 15% of the world did, well, what would happen? Right. I mean, let's find out. All right? I think that's, again, what he's getting at is, listen, are you really changing? Let's see. Come on. Come on. I mean, it's almost like a challenge. Yeah, somebody's just blowing me up here. Hang on. Let me clear this. Oh, okay. Anyway, uh, great guy, my age, which I was like, fucking cool, dude. Finally, somebody my age that can do some, that basically I agree with, you know what I mean? And I don't have a lot of friends that are my age, I'll be honest. You know, people that were born in the 1950s wish that things would go back to the way they were then. Generally, they want a more happy existence and a lot less money. Again, the pay thing just is constantly in our fucking face. It's just, damn, it really bothers me a little bit now that I think about it. If we could just eliminate that somehow, I don't. Why would you need time? I mean, why would you need to know? Why would you need to wear a watch? I mean, the only time I wore a watch is when I had to be somewhere on time to get fucking paid. You see?
You just nailed it. You just nailed it. That's one of the biggest wraps of time right there is, how long were you working? How do I pay you for what you've done? Oh, time,
Yeah.
time.
It's
Because they can only pay us for time because if they realize how much we really put into the products, then they'd realize they owe us a whole shitload. So all they can do is shortchange us. And that's another thing too. How do we get shortchanged on the most fucking valuable commodity we have? How do we get underpaid on the most valuable thing we have? That's another thing too is, it's one of the things when you choose what you're doing, you work towards something you love or something that you're either working towards your dream or somebody else's. And it's always easier to work towards your dream. Although sometimes you have to work to build somebody else's dream to make your dream livable. But man, I've always been, been in some jobs that are like, you should be living, breathing the company. Yeah, to a certain extent, but I'm only here to pay for my life and the things that are important to me and the things I need. So I'm, you know, and realistically, I'm here for me. You know what I mean? And it's
in order to pay, which is a requirement, you got to get paid, right? That's why I'm here. Now, if I can do something that I love and get paid, it makes it a little easier, but I still got to fucking pay, right? Either way, you're paying. Now, I'm very autonomous, and that's why I have trouble working for others. I do best working for myself. And so, yeah, I'm not, it's hard for me to jump on the team for very long because I end up realizing that you're fucking me. I'm not getting paid what I know deep down I'm worth. So, guess what? You're only going to get 50% of me, or you're only going to get 70% of me. And I'm going to be disgruntled, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to be tired for only giving you 50% of what I really can do. but it's more of an anxiety that I'm not fulfilling my true potential. You see? And so then you go, oh, I'll work for myself, right? But then, fucking A, same thing. Then be prepared to work your fucking ass out 24/7. You know what I mean? Because, dude, if you own a business, fuck me, dude. It's a 24/7 issue on your brain. And so there's no escaping the pay. You got to pay. The system is flawed. Look around. Look at our monetary system. My father bought my house, a 3-bedroom house, $1,200. Really? Gas was 6 cents a gallon. What the fuck happened? All right.
I don't know, man.
Smiley.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Anyway, I'm starting to rant like Pops. Forgive me.
One more trip around the star, you'll know.
Yeah. Dude, that was the best fucking thing I heard all day. He's so right. We're starlight. We're not sunshine. Hey, sunny boy. Fuck that. No, man. You're a star. Wow.
No, I definitely enjoyed Pops. He's very passionate for sure. For sure.
Good to see you, man.
Like Eagle, I disagree with him on some things, but you know what I mean? That's okay. It's okay.
I mean,
I'm not about trying to convince him or anything either. So
the thing about disagreements, I try to figure out why am I disagreeing? What's the basic principle? And why is he so adamant about his standpoint? I mean, I just really try to hit it from all different angles because that's the only way to get a deeper understanding of humanity. You know what I mean? It's like you, and sometimes if you take a deeper look like that, you go, oh, fuck, all right. Yeah, I definitely disagree with you. You know what I mean?
well, it's all through our own little window. I've heard it described that too. Like you know what I mean? Your perspective of the world and reality is really through your little window. And you know, and we all have our own little perception. So like if you're pissed off, you know what I'm saying, you perceive things differently than if you're in a good mood and you're, you know what I'm saying, and you got optimistic, right? You know, there's that too. There's the same scenario can be presented to you, and if you're optimistic, you'll see it one that way. And if you know what I'm saying, if you're having a shit day, whatever, you're having your Eeyore day and fucking nothing's right, you're not going to see the opportunity that's there either. So it's, I mean, there's a lot to that. Like he was saying about fate, you know what I mean? You make a lot of choice. You make a lot of your own fate too, you know, like, yes, things line up and things happen that are outside of your control, but a lot of what you were doing leading up to that made them things kind of happen too. So
I remember when I played poker, they would say you get lucky, and I go, luck is really education and opportunity intersecting,
mhm.
right? Especially at that game.
Well, it's luck favors the prepared, right? Fuck, man, you ain't lucky. The lucky opportunity ain't lucky for you if you're not prepared, right? Like it's, if you did the homework and the work ahead of it, then all of a sudden that lucky opportunity is there for you, you know? Otherwise, it just breeze right by.
Well, you can see it. It's there. It's always been there. Now you can see it. That's crazy.
I honestly love the fight he put up about the fate argument too. But what he honestly wasn't seeing though wasn't the other side of it. See, he would have been more right saying if I would have like scrolled through Instagram and went, okay, there's Pop's rooms. I consciously want him on the show. Okay, he acted like I made these were all choices I made. In some aspects, yes, I did make them. Okay, but he was suggestive, basically. Introvert genetics suggested him. You should try. Pops would be a great guest. I was like, well, have him DM me if he's interested. Have him DM me. So he DM'd me, and without question, I just kind of streamed down the page. Mushrooms, looks like a good guess. Done.
Eagles like
Okay,
mushrooms.
put
We're
him
in.
in the book. There wasn't no other thought than that. There was no he's gonna come on and think like I do. to have, have a lot of the same values. He's not going to come in and kick me, in the ass with a lot of the same shit I believe. Yeah, I did, orchestrate the day and everything, but when he popped on and the message that he had, put forth, were a lot of my values and a lot of the shit that as of late, I kind of it was reinvigorating, a resurgent of things that, I knew was right that I had to put back into place in my life.
Okay,
And then when he came on and was like saying the same thing, it was like, yes, these are, points that I believe in. And it was like, yes, these are all the same things. It was like somebody kicking me in the ass that, hey, this is what you started for. These are the reasons you started. Don't forget. By the way, psst, this is why you do what you do. So it was that kind of, that's why I seen it as a little bit of faith there. It was that little bit of reminder, that little shove that I needed to kind of, you're in the right direction again.
okay, now
You know what I mean?
let me just be the devil's advocate a little bit. Okay, now who suggested that you interview?
Introvert genetics.
Okay, so
Here
and
in chat.
why did he do that? Why did he do that? He did that because he knows that you're microdosing. Okay, so who planted that seed in him? You did. Okay, you see how that seed grew indirectly. All right, now I think that's kind of what he's getting at, is that we open our minds, primarily for me, with the mycelium network within my system now. I am thinking differently, more broadly. So I see more, right? And I'm affecting more. I'm more responsible for what's happening to me because I'm actually attracting it based on my change in thoughts. All right. Is it fate? Call it what the fuck you want. The fact is that it reconnects everything. And that's the beauty of it, in my opinion. So I'm not defending. I think Pops could explain things a little bit more broader. But again, I also think what he's doing, it's like a challenge. It's like, nah, man, it's not fate. It's you, buddy. It's you. It's all you. In other words, have faith in yourself is what he's, you know what I mean? Trying to transfer. But again, the disagreements are so minute. It's just like humanity is 99.9% the same. And we sit and we squabble over that one little fucking percent. You see what I mean? So I think I agree with you. And fortuitous, it was fortunate for all of this to line up. Is it fate? I don't know. Do you create your own fate? I'd like to think that you do. You know what I mean? Fuck. Laws of attraction and all that bullshit, you know?
You most definitely do.
Yeah. So that's kind of how because again, he hit me off guard there too. But again, dude, I'm thanking him for that. Why? It made me think, why the fuck? Why are you saying that? But until you just explained it, I didn't understand. You just explained it to me. All right. When you said this guy, the gentleman that, and why he did, and I thought, well, he knows that you're microdosing and he's trying to contribute. You see what I mean? So he absorbed all the positivity of your experiences with microdosing, wanted to contribute to the show, said, interview this guy. He probably knew damn well that the guy was just raring to get up here. You know what I mean? Obviously, look at that. It was just awesome. So does that make any sense? Eagles like
in a greasy world, it does. It does make a lot of sense to me. Before I forget though, I want to take time to wish Southern VT Grower. I seen in chat during that episode, it was his birthday. And that's one thing I like to do is wish happy birthdays. I actually made sure and put him in the book. Right. Hopefully Sunday is the day to verify Sunday was your birthday, because that's the day I wrote down, not Monday. Hopefully Monday's not your birthday. I got it in the book for next year. I'll preempt your happy birthday. I'll have it before I'm told. But happy birthday, Southern BT Grower. Hopefully you had an amazing day.
Any happy returns. 420 says,
Smiley.
What's up?
I do
Sorry,
meditate
Dave.
420. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, meditation is key. I think that's something everybody should do. I'm realizing more and more the importance of that shit. Uh,
Actually,
Smiley, I was gonna ask you, how was your day?
yeah.
You went.
Good,
How
man.
was the Gene Traders?
It was cool. It was. I'd never been to one before, but they're definitely clones on every table and a bunch of genetic like breeders there, and it was cool. Med growers there, and happy little tree company. Um, my buddy Ryan from Pheno Hut Seed Company, Seed Genetics or whatever, he does the distributor, and then my like I guess my brother-in-law I'd call him, but he's AB Seed Company. Seen Big Jar, Tommy Trichomes. I'm rolling up some of Tommy's weed right now.
I had
DLP was there. Ran into him too. We're all smoking in the parking lot as the police roll by all slow, checking us out. It's like, whatever, man.
That's awesome, man.
That was pretty dope. Seen Smokey the Bear was there too. Oh, and All Per Plus. I always forget his first name. Oh, I feel
Leon.
stupid when I run into him too. Leon, yes. Sorry, Leon. I did say hi to him, but I was like, hey, All Per Plus guy.
He probably loved it.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. I always draw a blank on his name though.
Dude, I
Shit, some of the sorry, Chad was asking about clones. Yeah, Chad, some of them were pretty expensive. I didn't. I seen $100 ones, and then I didn't really ask after that. I think there were a couple guys in the parking lot. I thought that was pretty shitty, actually. The dude was in the parking lot selling $20 clones. Granted, they looked nicer than any of the clones that were in the building, but he had all med grower shit. You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I got breeder cuts of Primal Punch and fucking Smash Cake and whatever. And it's like, well, Med's inside there. And I think he had sold out already at that point. But I'm just like, you know what I mean? The fucking breeder's inside there fucking selling them. You're out here dogging on his clones in there. Like, whatever, dude. Go say hi to him.
I've seen that shit firsthand before seed releases, or as seeds were being released. To be honest with you, the most memorable time I can remember was Ninja Fruit. When Ninja Fruit was released, and this, that's one of the things as testers, when you kick out them seeds to potential testers, and it's an honor thing on both ways. You know what I mean? You, they may be dealt that next big cut, but if they get that next big cut, man, there should be some ethics that it's not just dumped out or bred with right out the bat. You know what I mean? And that was what I seen. Ninja Fruit had went out as a tester, and then
Oh, yeah, he was
Ocean
there
Grown
too.
Seeds was here at Clio Cup. Yeah, he was. It was at Clio Cup, and we were like, all right, time for a break, and we all fucking go walking around the fucking track there, and fucking here is a whole tray, and this is like Ninja Fruit had just been released. Michigan was like second stop, something like that. It wasn't even barely available online. You know what I mean? It was like we were first chances to get the seed. We walk around track, and here's a whole fucking track or a whole rack of fucking Ninja Fruit right there. One of the
The
fucking
guy standing there,
testers.
go fuck the seeds. You just buy these clones.
Yeah,
I already found the
yeah,
feed.
basically.
Right? I already pheno hunted it. Don't even need to worry about it.
That's interesting. Again,
What a slap in the
what
face.
people are willing to do to get paid, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what they're willing to do. Some people are willing to steal to get paid.
Some people are willing to come hand them out for free. Tommy was. Shout out to Tommy Trichomes. He's handing out weed, handing out clones. He's like, here, have this, take this. Cool
That
ass
sounds
dude,
like
man.
Tommy. It sounds like Tommy.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was a good time, actually. I did end up buying some seeds from Nick at God, I'm drawing a blank on his name too, but he's the dude that has the Lyme disease or whatever. It's Lyme Wreck Farms or some shit's what they call it. But I know everybody knows who I'm talking about. He's on Future Cannabis Project, shit like that. But he was
Bryden,
Nick's
I
cool
want to
as
say.
fuck, man. I love hanging out with him. I can't think of his last name now either. I'm gonna blank on this. But anyway, he had Chelsea, which was one of his breeds. So I ended up buying some of them seeds. That was the one I did buy, and they were
I
just
remember the strain, man. It's a nice
wicked tall. Yeah, it's that PMF2 from the other dude on Racing Organics. I'm bad with names tonight, man.
I love it.
Lime Rising, that's what it is. Yeah,
There you go.
that's the farm. But anyway, so yeah, and I walked out with a bunch of seeds that were given to me too. So
Yeah.
Sticky Mitten's got a YouTube channel. He was there handing out stuff. Now I'm rambling. Sorry.
No. I need to get rid of this back.
Well, it sounds like a good day, man. I'm fucking bummed I missed out.
The Rascal Farmer.
Resner.
He was there.
Resner was the name you were looking for. Nick Resner.
Risden.
Rascal is always
Risden,
cool.
that's it.
Resner
Resner
is
is
it? Ah,
comics. That's Steve Resner. Risden is Nick, though. That's who it is. Nick Risden.
See? A little help from the chat. You're good.
Hell yeah. Family Tree Farms. That's yeah. So he got the Hollywood Royal Kush from Kevin Jawdry. So Nick Risden did, and he's friends with Kevin. So like Kevin and them guys were helping him treat his Lyme disease, and the Royal Kush was like the one. He's got to come on and tell a story if he hasn't, dude. But the Royal Kush was one that really helped him. So Jawdry made sure he got the clone of what he needed. You know what I'm saying? And he took that and he crossed it to the PMF2 that was from Family Tree Farms, Tyler or wherever. But that Pam is the one that like on the Phylos universe, when everybody was like putting their genetics up to be tested, I guess when he did that Pam, it was like off in its own little part of the universe. It wasn't directly related with a bunch of stuff. So
Unique.
yeah, so that kind of interested me. So I just figured, whatever, I'll grab something with maybe a little of that genetic in it and see what happens, you know?
Yeah, dude, I think I mentioned I'm getting the face off OG. I'm just like, wow, thank you so much. I'm just like, what do you want? And he likes gel caps, so I just loaded him up. Here you go, man. And because that shit is, I have so many ideas, man, that can come out of that, you know. And it's not available. I tried to get it from Attitude. They wanted $250 for a pack, and you got to get on a waiting list. And I'm like, fuck, which kind of sucked. So I just, dude, I want more of those older, just killer strains. The original New York Diesel. I'm really hopeful there. I got one coming up now. That DJ Short Blueberry. Fuck, the second round is you grow it a few times, and you get better at giving it what it needs. You know what I mean? Man, that's a beautiful plant. That's off to that.
I seen a DJ Shorts Blueberry that was fucking, anybody would have been drooling over having that in their garden, man.
I asked him, he looked in his book, and it's from 2015. I mean, okay, well, that's why I didn't get a very good yield on the seeds, but I got two very nice phenos, beautiful. And now I smacked the one pheno with the hog, so I'm kind of anxious to see what's going to happen there. It's just, dude, I love creating. And again, that's a great word that Pop's left us with, is create, expand, share. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Cannabis. I really am going to consider growing mushrooms now. Can't be that hard. Sounds pretty easy, actually. You know? We'll see.
yeah.
I talk a good line. We'll see what I do, right? Have you really changed? We'll see.
That's a good question, though. I mean,
I'm
a lot of people that claim that for sure, especially in the religious world. So
So what's the secret? I don't know, dude. Jay Allen says, "What's the secret, Mingus?" I'm not sure, Jay. What is the secret? Raise your vibration. I don't know. Do what makes you feel good, feel happy. Be kind to others. I mean, listen to Eagle.
I was just gonna say, you can't say just do what feels good, because what if there's somebody
Actually, don't do that.
hurting other people feels good to them? You know what I'm saying? Like there's different
Right.
than what we know too.
Not
So
only that, you can end up with a lot of children. So just be careful.
yeah,
you know
but the whole idea of like that we don't have a creator is kind of, where does morality come from then? So like the whole idea of right and wrong, I don't know.
The source of
you
all
know
that
that's
is.
one of those things. It's a funny thing. I actually had somebody at one point in my life tell me that exact same advice. You gotta make yourself happy. You have to be happy. No matter what, you have to be happy. And at the time, coming from that person, I thought it was the most selfish fucking thing I ever heard. This is serious shit.
Yeah, I hear you.
I didn't talk to him for fucking years. Ended up being a wedge between us
Really.
that never got amended before he died. And then years later, I realized what he meant. You know what I mean? You can't, unless you're happy, it is impossible to put out happiness. Not to anybody else. You can't make yourself, you can't fake it. You can't fake it. You can't give it out. You actually have to have some happiness within you to be able to give it. And if you're living in misery and you're just doing things that are making you miserable, no matter how much you want to put it out, you're still going to be miserable. You have to do things, not not things you have to do things that make you feel good. But the key is they have to be soul filling. You know what I mean? They just can't feel good on the outside. It has to feel good here. And it's the things that you do that feel good here that actually mean things and fucking set off other things in your life, other paths that actually mean shit. You know what I mean? And it wasn't actually until I figured that out is when I started doing things that made me feel good about doing good things for others. I knew that meant good things. That made me feel good. That was stuff I could bank and give out. But until then, just doing what I felt good, and until you start making yourself feel good, you can't give it out. You can fake it, you can try, but you can't give shit you don't have. You just dig yourself in deeper and deeper and deeper. You have to have a base to stand on, foundation to get. So
Man,
you do have to make yourself feel good. And there's no harm in telling yourself that a boy on fucking projects or whatever you do. You know what I mean? The ego is a funny thing. I mean, can we really? It can inflate and do bad things, but at some point, a small amount of ego telling yourself, "I can," I've had the strength. You need a little bit of that. You have to tell yourself things are possible,
well,
and
that's faith,
unfortunately, it
right?
takes a small amount of ego to do
But
that. I think. Is it ego or what?
I was just thinking that's faith. Eagle is like having faith in the unknown. Like you're, what you're talking about is believing in yourself to go out there in the unknown and do that. That's faith in yourself. You know what I mean? In your ability too. Happiness, though, I was gonna come back to. I would draw a distinction from between happiness and joy. And I think the distinction would be that happiness is circumstantial and joy is not. You know what I'm saying? So joy would be there inside you regardless of circumstance or what's happening, whether you got fired or lost your house burned down, whatever, where happiness is almost dependent on circumstance to be happy. You need all these things to go right in your life. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but
No, I think, for me, happiness on a daily basis is just more of a contentment. I'm content staying focused. And when I do good, I feel good. And it took me a while to figure that out, uh, because I would do bad and I would feel bad, but I didn't want to take responsibility for it, you see, and make that change of doing bad. Sometimes you do bad and you don't even know you're doing bad. It's just that you're so miserable or you're in pain or someone kicked you the wrong way in your life and you just learn to do, that's what you think is the right thing to do, but doesn't make you feel good. And until you do something good for someone else or some other thing, doing something good in some aspect, how else can you feel that goodness, that happiness, or that joy? All right, because where the joy I think, comes from the heart, where it's a heartfelt gesture of some sort. All right. I mean, a lot of people say, "Man, you're looking good." Like, all right, but someone might say, "You're looking good," and the reason I say that is I've noticed a change, an honest change in you now. Way different, right? Different because you actually put worth behind a statement. You're not just being a facade, having a fake aspect to it. So I don't know. We're
that's why
really
they say you
splitting hairs,
can't buy happiness because it's a
huh?
state. That's why they say you can't buy happiness because I think it's a perspective of from comes from gratitude, really. You know what I mean? And you can't buy happiness because all the things you think you can buy that are gonna you think are gonna make you happy don't. And that's why people get to the end of that and they're like, I've bought all these things or whatever, and it's like, well, now what? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm still not happy. Now what kind of thing?
And then joy and love are similar in my opinion because I mean, have you ever met someone that may have done you wrong, but you love them so deeply that it doesn't matter?
That
Okay.
seems like a trick question in the current situation.
Right.
uh,
There's a lot of procreational, hormonal aspects to it, and dude, I still struggle, really.
Well, it's like the idea of saying that money doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Well, in a way that's true, right? It's very, very true. It's a true statement. But in another way, when you get your fucking phone bill or you got a power bill to pay, it's also not true because it does matter in that sense, so the perspective on things really does take a difference. So I mean, yeah, if money is not a hurdle for you, you know what I'm saying? Then it's a little easy to have that perspective that money doesn't matter. But if money is a big hurdle, man, it does kind of have a, so there is a certain need for things like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not the point. That's what it gets at. Like making money is not a problem. The guy in the yacht or whatever. But if that's the point, is him making the money? You know what I'm saying? Like that's where it becomes the problem, in my opinion. But somebody that has an extraordinary talent and an extraordinary passion, like say like a whatever, Elon Musk, people refer to him as a genius, right? Like he's contributing something to society that other people haven't. And I think no matter how you structure your society, there's going to be some form of a hierarchy to it. It's unavoidable. You know what I'm saying? You can't have everybody be on the same plane because, to be quite honest, not everybody is on the same plane. You know, it just, that's the way it is. Some people are passionate to go do something, you know what I'm saying? Other people maybe haven't found that thing quite yet or whatever, but it's, we're not all on that same plane, you know what I mean?
But why, in my humble opinion, is we have been trained to be that way. All right, we've been trained to be individualized. We've all been through the indoctrination camps. We've learned from since we were born. This is how the system works. And I honestly think, especially nowadays, that the reality that we see on the news or whatever, the reality that we think is reality, is the fake facade of the control over humanity. And the real reality is just past that. And until people start raising their vibration again, we're actually considering that that might be the case. You know what I mean? That maybe we don't need money. And why are we the only mammal on earth that has to pay when all the other mammals don't pay? And are
Sure
they?
should they pay. They absolutely pay. There's a hierarchy to all that. Like even in
They don't pay
there was a
money.
book I was listening to. They were talking about chimpanzees, and they hunt, right? So they hunt in packs, and maybe it was baboons, but anyway, the dominant ones absolutely would eat first, and they would hand out. They would basically dish out the portions to the other ones, and it was like there was absolutely a hierarchy there.
Hierarchy, but it's not a pay structure where it's a requirement. I mean,
Well,
in
they
a
all hunt.
hierarchy, there's individuals that naturally evolve to that. I mean, that guy or the main chimp, right? He
Right.
evolved to that through all the different ways in their hierarchy. Sure, there is hierarchy, absolutely, but this money pay shit is a contrived control system to keep us enslaved and individualized. Even in a hierarchy of chimps, they are together in agreement to that hierarchy as it fulfills the overall need very well, right?
I disagree, though. I don't think pay is what enslaves us. I think debt is what enslaves us,
Yeah, you have to
and the
pay.
drive for that consumerism and taking on that debt is what enslaves you to that. Where the
Yeah.
pay should happen, that's a natural thing. That, you know what I'm saying. Even in a barter system, you're still getting paid for your
All right,
contribution.
that I'll agree with you there.
You
The
know.
money, the monetary system, all right, I want to get paid. All right. I have to pay. I mean, those are key words that happen within this monetary enslavement that we're within, right? So, I mean, we can split hairs, but the bottom line, it's a very unnatural control system that separates us and it doesn't bring us together. And
Right.
that's a fact.
But
So,
I still, yeah, no, I still think a lot of that's driven in debt, though. Like the debt is where, like even a doctor, like why are doctors paid so high, right? They got to pay for medical insurance and they got to pay back their student loans. You know what I'm saying? Like they're enslaved, but to those two things too. So it's
that,
kind of I don't know. I guess, yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm not trying to disagree. I'm just saying, like,
you'd have
totally in debt though, because that's even biblical as far as, like, you know what I mean. You're enslaved to who you're indebted to, and you can see that in all aspects how you are. You know.
again, it's a monetary system, though. You know what I mean? I mean, these are all monetary terms. And in barter and in the chimp land, I don't think they have monetary systems. They have survival hierarchy. Okay. We don't have to really survive as long as we make the money and pay off our debts or attempt to. You know what I mean? Because nowadays, the way the system is, with the trillions and trillions of dollars that the United States of America owes, we're responsible. Each citizen is responsible. So you're automatically in debt as soon as you out of the womb.
Yeah, and we're all happy we got them stimulus checks, though, aren't we?
Exactly.
How
Yeah.
fucking bam is that, right? Like, come on, dude.
We don't get it.
I don't know.
Most people don't get it, I shouldn't say. A lot of people get it. The more people that do start getting it, hopefully the vibration will change and we'll realize that, you know what? Government you're supposed to work for us. What are you doing? You're not working for us. So I don't know.
I think a lot of them guys are slaves too, though. You know what I'm saying? It's no different if they took an envelope full of cash.
Let's not mention
That,
names like
that is
Jeffrey Epstein.
implications to something. You know what I mean? Or they took their little trip to Epstein Island, and then now they got a fucking they're enslaved to that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think that's how they controlled a lot of them, dude. If you get somebody on some sexual shit like that, that's fucking life ruining shit. Like you're gonna do all kinds of stuff to not make that public. You know what I mean? Like,
You're definitely not going to make the millions that you thought you were.
yeah, well, and then you play ball with them and you make all the millions and your life stays together and you're happy, right? Like, what kind of control would that have over somebody? It would have a lot, dude.
Is
A
it
lot.
powerful? Is it a powerful system over humanity? Yeah, only because we haven't really been taught anything else. And that's my point. Even our parents, they thought they were doing the right thing by teaching us how the system works, but until we lay down an educational process that changes things, which means we're going to have to think in a higher level than we are now, it's going to stay the same. You know, it's
Yeah.
fuck. There's no escape.
Well, it's like everybody wants to, end global warming, right? But nobody's ready to stop driving their car. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How
so
can you? I mean, really, if you want to get around and
I'm not saying we can. I'm just saying, like, that's the oxymoron of it all, right? Like, we're all
that's
like, we got to
exactly
stop doing this, but then we're fucking still addicted to it. You know
no
what I mean?
shit.
Like,
No shit.
it's like me going, yeah, I got to stop smoking cigarettes, but I'm going to light up a cigarette because I know I'm fucking addicted to it.
Serg Grow 818 asks a question in the chat room. What do you guys think about China's 2049 plan? I don't even know what it is.
They're trying
So
to take over the world.
I'm sure it
I
is something
think
like
I
that.
think that me and Eagle are going to beat them to it. We got a 2039 plan, so y'all can fuck off, China.
Right at, right at. DLP says look like I'm about ready to fall out. No, it's kind of the opposite, man. I've been fucking just bouncing around with shit in my head with what they're saying there. A lot of that shit, man. I think it's really about how much. I think if you really stripped it down, put it all on an even playing field. Yeah, the dollar is bad, but it's what we make of it. Our lives are what we make of it. Some of us are dealt a shitty hand or a shitty start, but if you're passionate about whatever you want and it has merit or real value, it adds value. You know what I mean? It will take you places. If you don't want to get up off your fucking couch, you're not going to get anywhere. You know what I mean? That guy that wakes up and is passionate about fucking whatever he is doing, building something, creating a medicine, whatever, well, that has value. That's going to set off the scale. Things aren't equal like that. I'm sorry, but unfortunately, it is monetary, but there's got to be something there. I think if you dealt out all the money right now, it would almost all fall back close to the same hands. Close to the same hands.
Well, we used to trade cattle. That's how it started. And the cattle were too big to carry in your pocket. So they made rings, cattle rings, and you wore them on your arm. And you could tell who had the most monetary wealth was how many rings they had. Then it came into stamped pieces of silver and gold, and then coins, right? So I mean, there's a whole evolution to
Back
how
in
it happened.
Egypt, they used to have it on a stick, and then there were markings on the stick that would indicate your wealth, and those were held in the whatever banking center kind of area.
They have it. The oldest records, the Sumerian tablets, have banking notes and stuff. So I mean, this is like, and that's like what 5,000 to 7,000 years ago.
Yeah,
So
and that's why I say, thing is, I don't think monetary is the issue. There has to be some form of
you're
monetary
right.
system, right?
You know what?
But I
You're
think the issue is in the money changers.
right.
Even back in the day, like the tax collectors were hated because they were charging more tax than what was actually due, and they were pocketing the rest. You know what I'm saying? And like that's still happening in our government too. You know what I mean? And it's
Right
still
now, you're right. I got to agree with you now because you're making me think. Because back, I had to go back in history to come forward, but money had value.
yeah,
It
it was
was it
based
was
on
that it
your
actually
labor.
had a gold or well cattle, then gold backed value. In 1971, we took away all the value of the money, and if you look at the graph, the economy was just kind of have a nice little level. 1971, it starts going up, right? And again, until 71, dude, I could buy a brand new Toyota for $2,900. Okay, back in 71. What's it cost now? But look at the graph now. The fucking graph is straight up, right? So that's when the debt happened, bro, right? Is when they took away the value, right?
Yeah, that's when we started getting the national debt too, I believe.
We're in agreement.
Yeah.
It ain't going nowhere either. So I mean, you're gonna have to. If we add value back to it, what it will do is stabilize the economy again. It'll go back to that more
Well, yeah, because
level.
they can't just write blank checks and print more fucking money whenever they feel like it. The next person gets elected, we got another $5 fucking trillion. Let's just write it off. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Well, we should
Who
have
cares,
education.
right? Because we can print it. It's fucking monopoly money,
Yes,
right?
yes.
It doesn't matter. Nobody understands how that impacts things. Like
Now,
nobody studies history. Like in Germany when they were wheelbarrowing cash to buy a fucking loaf of bread and milk. You know what I mean? It's like
every fiat currency in history has failed. Every single one in history. This system, this fiat system, is failing right before our eyes right now.
already failed. They're just kicking the can ahead, dingus. Like if we were actual corporation, we'd be out of business by now.
We
Our
are.
debt to income ratio would have already been there. If you were a corporation, a legitimate corporation, your debt to income gets to be 80%. They consider you bankrupt. You're
Yes.
insolvent at that point. Our debt to income as a nation is like 120 fucking percent. Like,
You do realize that Trump is an expert at bankruptcy, right?
yeah,
Just saying.
no,
We were bankrupt before, though.
Just saying.
I don't think it's Trump's fault, no, but
No,
yeah.
he managed the bankruptcy of the United States of America. We are fucking bankrupt, guys. Come on, look at it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my opinion. I don't know. I mean, I don't have any facts. I'm not trying to go into politics at all. No, I'm not a Trumper. I'm not a fucking Bidener. I'm not any fucking governmental anything. But I do want to see a values-backed system because I've invested quite a bit of money in silver, and I'd like to see that investment pay off.
See, and that's what I don't get. What's backing like Bitcoin and shit, and the exchange
Dude,
of Bitcoin is what I don't understand. And that's why I've never really jumped into it, is because I don't follow
uh,
the exchange of it. Where like, okay, for example, Bingus, I in the early days, if I had 10 Bitcoin, it was like you hoped that was worth $10, right? Well, now it's worth fucking $100,000, right? So now I go buy a computer with it. Did I just pay 20 grand for that computer because I spent it in Bitcoin? Or did I just pay, you know what I'm saying, $200 for that computer because I spent it in Bitcoin? Like, I don't follow that. You know what I'm
That shit, in
saying?
my
Like,
opinion, is like the ultimate pyramid scam right there.
I,
To
dude,
be honest
my
with
youngest boy is
you, give me all your money and I'll give you fucking nothing. Uh, give
well, yeah,
me all the physical,
people are
real
asking
shit, and I will give
people
you
are
just ones and zeros. And at any point, this isn't even legal. This isn't even legal. By the way, this could be shut off at some point. You know what I mean?
no
The
regulation.
fucking internet be wiped out. Nobody fucking could fucking. That shit gets blanked out. Everybody's fucked except numero. who's sitting there on the fucking big old fucking chunk of gold. Ah, suckers. Back who's to square one. It's it does it just the whole cryptocurrency. You know, I see it's a necessary must, but I honestly think that shit's like the biggest pyramid scam ever, ever,
Well, it's no different than a
ever.
monetary system in reality. But yes, I understand what you're saying. I think if anything, it was designed to bring light to how fucking idiotic some of the monetary systems are. Just like that shit that just happened with GameStop on the on Wall Street or whatever, and it's like everybody acts like they did some illegal shit, and it's like, are you all done playing dumb that these other motherfuckers been doing that shit for decades? You know what I mean? And nobody put it in the news. Nobody fucking put shit out there. Now, yeah, it was like once the normal group of people or whatever fucking played the game and they won. It's like being the casino and not wanting to pay out when the fucking dude hits the jackpot, right? Like, no, 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 we got to figure out a way to keep that money. Some of that shit's funny to me.
I don't know. I
See,
don't want.
this is the way I see kind of that cryptocurrency. This guy, the guy that used to is funny. How many people, how many times this motherfucker got me before I kind of put two and two together? He got me a couple of times, but I watched him get tons of other people with this very same thing. And I think the cryptocurrency is the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like, I bet you guys can't get this shit done before lunch. You know what I mean?
What's up, Koski?
Cheers, bro. Cheers, guys.
But I decide when lunch is. You know what I mean?
They have a.
So you're never gonna win the bet.
There's
You're never gonna
definitely-
fucking win the bet.
All right, there's definitely a plan for crypto. Okay, and I think what's going on is they're priming us, right, for the next type of hopefully values-backed system, or not. I mean, there's two ways it can go. It can go values-backed, or it can go individual. In other words, they connect it to you directly. All right, and then it's a merit system. It's not really a monetary system, because they can turn it on or turn it off depending on how they feel about it. So in the long game, I think it's going to be there. What worries me about the Bitcoin is it's not regulated, and it's manipulated. Obviously it's manipulated.
Yeah.
Right. It's obvious. So
the not regulated part is what people like about it, though, Bingus.
And it's just like the stock market too. It's manipulated, and it's regulated, and I don't play that either. So it's like,
yeah,
something's up there.
That was the big eye opener to how Bitcoin was operating outside of country taxes, and I'm saying our normal boundaries of
Okay, now why would they do that? They're testing it on us. It's the only way.
It's a universal.
I'm thinking they want to. I think money is kind of cumbersome. I mean, we all like to use the card, right? In China, they don't even have banks, man. It's a state-run bank that you use your phone to interact with. Period. That's their money exchange, and that's kind of, I think, where they're leaning towards, because we have a
points-based system or some shit, ain't it? Where you get social credits or whatever.
Yeah, it's yeah.
So like if you're breaking laws like on the road driving and shit, they don't like necessarily give you a ticket. They fucking they take away credits from you.
Yes.
And then you got to do things to try to earn credits back. But then this is my basic understanding. I don't know. I have any clue.
Oh, you're right on as far as I can go.
But then they've limited like travel and all that. So like if your social credits get low enough, you can't fly, you can't use the subway, some of them. And then, I don't think it's a better system though, because basically they just are like at a certain point, if your points get low enough, you're just considered like shit to the system, right? You're not benefiting society in any way. So we're not going to waste food on you. We're not going to waste medical expense on you. We're just going to pretty much let you die. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. That's not.
And then if you look at the Georgia Guidestones, where they're saying they would like to reduce the population to 500 million, and we're at 8 billion. Now, that might be a very effective way to starve out quite a few people, you know?
Pretty fucked up, you ask me.
Yeah, well, dude, you know, the judge that sentenced me my my last bust, which was this, we're talking 15 years ago, 12 years ago, he gave me so much fucking community service, and he told me straight up, if you don't do your community service, you're going to prison. Okay, right? And it was virtually impossible. I'm like, fuck, I'm going, right? So I made a deal with the guy. You show up every morning, and you hope you fight to get on the fucking van, right? And so I find the guy that runs the van, and I explain to him what happened. He goes, "Is that motherfucker?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Tell you what I'm going to do. Every morning, I'm going to look for you, and you get the clipboard." I'm like, "Fuck, really?" He goes, "Yep." Boom, I get I'm the first guy on the fucking list every single morning. All right. I did it in record fucking time. And the judge is like, how'd you do that? You know what I mean? I hate you. You know what I mean? You can't do that. He's a real against cannabis, right? So I don't know, man. There's ways around things, you know, around the system. That's the other thing. We're humans. I mean, they can only, if you don't, I mean, I wasn't breaking any rules, right? But I connected, you know what I mean, and created an easier situation to get it done. All right. Anyway, I still ended up doing some time.
Yep.
I won't go into that, but it's not like I beat anything. You know what I mean? If a judge wants you to fucking do some time, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought I was being cute, right? Nah, he had something else in mind. So it's all good. It's all in the past. Fucking bullshit.
What's up, Kyle? Come and talk.
What up, bro? How you doing?
Good. I'll shut up now. What's up, Krosky?
Yeah, bro. Just chill, man.
Yeah.
Doing some guy work right now before eating and stuff. Watering, fucking.
Sorry, I figured you were coming on to fucking pitch hash coins or some shit.
No, I actually just did the crypto thing, bro. I made some money off that, actually.
Did you?
That whole fucking crypto thing. Yeah, because they allow you to do it now through your fucking PayPal. So what you can do is you can take like your PayPal wallet, right? You can round up to every like dollar or whatever else, you know, that you get, like say over 51 cents, and you can put it towards this fucking stock every single time. So now if I'm going to the store and buying like a couple waters or whatever else, right, and it comes up to fucking being like 350, well, 351 or whatever, you know, goes right towards like this, goes towards that, goes towards that. And the other day, I've been doing it for about a month. I'm not really, you know, worrying about the little fucking bit of change I've been doing, but I actually started gaining because they were up on some other shit. It's not Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's, that shit's worth like 57,000 fucking dollars or something stupid right now, or something like, you know, if you buy $10 worth of it, you get 0.000009 fucking percent of anything. Like, what the fuck is that, man? You gotta buy one fucking share. It's like 57 grand. Fuck out of here with that. I'm pulling that one. So I did some other thing that was like some kind of coin, but that was all. It's been in the up fucking thing, you know. I don't really follow stocks like that, but I'm like, you know what? It's only fucking change. A month later, I'm like $235 richer. I'm like, holy shit. So I cashed out that bitch the other day. I haven't gone back. I'm like, all right, cool. Fuck yeah, let's go shopping. Got some new shoes. You know what I mean? Like, I just cashed out.
Take crypto and buy gold.
Yeah. Got some new fucking shoes, man. Went to Primark, got some $10 fucking joints. Went to fucking Sears, got them going on a business. Got some fucking some work boots for fucking work. Good to go, man. Wolverines, bitch. Right.
You know, you can play the game, right? I mean, if you take crypto and you can get, I heard there was a gold dealer that was taking crypto. I'm like, wow, fuck, you should. I told my youngest boy, he's really into it. He's made quite a bit of money. I go, dude, what do you got in it? And he told me, I said, keep that, take the rest and buy gold and get the fuck out of there, man. And he's like, no, man, I'm going to ride the wave. I'm like, all right.
yeah, I mean, some people do that shit, bro, and you can end up on the other side of the fucking, the good side of it, or you can end up on the negative side of it, which is gonna be a lesson learned if you end up with
It happens
that
so
department.
quickly,
But
too. I mean,
right,
right, Koski? It
but
happens so fast.
I figured like the whole, I feel like the whole change thing. I'm not even gonna look at, bro. I'm not gonna look at it. The PayPal I check every once in a while. Maybe I get some money from somebody watching a fucking stream that they 6 to 8 months ago or something like that. I had my PayPal on it. Oh, boom! Fucking all of a sudden I get a $15 donation. Well, I can choose to put that towards that because it was money like I never had, or I can do whatever. And I just kind of been doing that type of shit. And then like the other day it was like, by the way, you got about $235 in your fucking account for that thing. I'm like, yup, you got it in my account now, bitch. Like, I'll take that $3 fee. I'll take that $3 fee. Goddamn it,
$3
that's
fee.
right. Yep, come on with it.
Kind of tipping
That's
the
right.
crap, Steve.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so it was like probably about 6 weeks into it, man. I just I was real high one day. I couldn't really sleep, and then fucking looking at my phone. I'm like, oh, they offer this shit now, man. Oh, cool. Yeah, let's do the 51-cent thing. Let's do it. And yeah, bro, it's paid off. Fucking. So not for everybody, but I guess
I don't know
your
enough
time
about
is
it.
your time, bro.
I have trouble getting into coin.
No, I don't know enough about it either, bro. I just literally did that one time, and I looked at it 6 weeks later. I was like, holy shit, sweet deal.
Get some new
Should have
shit.
been the other way, like, Dan, you owe us money, bro. Like, I'm like, you have no money at all. You wasted all your money on your shit. So
Very true.
definitely a fucking positive.
Had that happen too.
Well, boy, I'm going to bed, guys. Thank you so much again, Eagle. Fucking great show. My head's still spinning. And Smiley, thank you for readjusting my thinking on the monetary aspect, because you're absolutely right about that. It's the fiat currency that's fucking everything up. And Koski, look at the fucking budget that guy grows right there.
Thanks, bro. Well, ready? Let's do this. Let's do
Good night, you guys.
this one.
Night, Vegas. Always good to see you, man.
Cheers, bro.
Look at them girls.
Yeah, I mean, they fucking do good today.
Right?
Besides the problem I had a fucking few weeks back, dude, they're really happy right now and fucking loving life. So
Nice. What problems did you have last week?
a few weeks ago, I had fucking thrips. I got them in a bag of fucking cocoa that I got from the hydro store. So I planted them out, and I'm like, what are these little bitches walking on my fucking plants right now? What are the? Uh-oh.
You found them by seeing them walking on your plant?
On my fucking leaves, yeah. Bottom of my leaves. Yeah, they weren't in flying form yet. They weren't in they weren't flying, like moving all extra quick. They were very, very, very small, minimal, like they had just hatched from eggs that were probably in cocoa that I bought. So fucking that being said, dude, it was quick fix. Spinicidal fucking thing a couple times, a couple of organic sprays in there, fucking plants all bounce back. Nothing to be, run over them every single day. Every other day I spray, and fucking 2 weeks later they're good. And I haven't seen the sign of them since, bro. But they weren't like really a huge problem. They just but they were there. And if you know that it's a fucking problem there, the worst thing to do is to avoid that problem, because you will end up in a world of infestations that you don't want to be fucking dealing with. Like, what are all these? Like, I mean, dude, it looked like someone fucking sneezed all over my plants. I was like, what is this shit?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, usually noticing where they eat.
Oh yeah, I noticed right away. I went, what the fuck is that? Right when I transplanted. Like the next day, I was like,
Because it almost
that's not
looks like
right.
a spider might bite, where like some people confuse them too.
But you get those little snail trails first, right? So you get those little fucking look it's like looks like someone sneezed on them, dude. Like, so, like, you know what I mean? It looks like a saliva or some fucking, I don't know. It looks fucked up, like some kind of residual spray or something that's on there. But you're like, I didn't spray shit. But what is that? Oh, that's what it is.
I don't usually see them. That's why I see the signs of them, like on the leaves, like that, like you're talking. But I don't typically.
I only saw like a couple of them on each leaf, dude. Like, if I flip it over, sometimes never even on one. But I'd see the damage from it. You know what I mean? So that means it was on that and it fucking went somewhere else. So I'm like, oh, great. Then you get one that has like 5 of them on there. You're like, oh, shit.
Like you'll
but
find
I defoliated
them
heavy.
with them, yeah. You don't
Yeah,
mess.
I took a bag right there, dude, and was taking the branches off, fucking nice and slow, snap, fucking putting, little leaves, not branches, leaves off and put them in a bag, and then after that, I filled the bag up, tied them all up, brought that shit outside, was like, goodbye.
You
Don't
know,
want
I've heard
nothing to
a
do with you
couple
now.
of the IPM people, like Matthew Gates and Susan Wainwright is who I heard it from first, but at the Regenerative Conference. But she was talking about a bang board for those, where it's like a white piece of cardboard or whatever, but then you just kind of bang the plant, and they'll actually fall down onto that. So you
Yeah,
can,
yeah,
you're not beating the plant up a ton, but you're just giving it a good shake or whatever, and then you can get a visual on them that way, pretty easy, I guess. So
What's funny is I was about halfway through it, and I realized I was like, because I had bumped one of the things, and like a couple of them fell, and I saw them like moving around. What the fuck is mother? So I put some shit underneath it. I was like, oh, like a half of it was a drip tray. And I did the same thing. Ting, ting, ting. I was fucking pull a little ting, ting. I'm banging the shit out the side of it, bro. Pow, pow, pow. And the same shit, man. Shit would fall down. But that only worked for so long. Of course, I wanted to go back and still look at the bottoms of my leaves and not really, realizing that if I fucking miss anything, well, that's not gonna help me any. So I
well,
still went back there and end up defoliating very, very heavy, and probably more heavy than I would ever want to do at the time it was at, so, but it went through it, dude, and they end up looking great like this, praying, happy, and like, oh shit, sweet deal.
cool.
What was the question? You said you have a,
Oh, shit, I forgot now. It's almost 4. It is 4 o'clock.
I'm gonna roll one up right now. Shit. But that's Smiley. I'll roll one up. Shit.
Yeah,
He's like,
I'm down
shit,
with that.
forgot, man.
I gave away a bunch of them. I had a shit ton of them rolled up.
Can't
Oh no
believe
shit. Huh?
I'm all muted. I'm all
Oh, I thought
blabbing
you knew
and
your
shit.
music. I thought you were just trimming over there and shit. My
I
bad.
am trimming, but I had a couple points of blabbered on a couple times, but it is whatever. Cheers, Grokoski.
He's like, son of a bitch.
Oh,
Cheers,
Koski, I
brother. How you
remember what I
doing?
was gonna say, dude. You would appreciate the conversation last week. They were on Grow Room 420. The guys from the UK there. They were talking about
Yep.
using predator bugs and shit. And I forget who it was. I think it was Captain. Um, it was like, why the fuck? I just can't get my head around why the fuck you would want to put bugs in the room. You know, he just was like, I just can't get my head around why the fuck you would want any fucking bugs in the room. It was just funny.
Dude, the same thing here, bro. Cause I sprayed it a couple times, and I'm like, oh, I can get these the what are they, cumuluses or something like that. Ones for the old
Cucamaris.
thrips and shit. Yeah, something like that. I forgot to say it, but yeah, I could get those, and I'm like, oh wait a minute, I've already sprayed the fucking plants. I'm gonna kill whatever the fuck I just. No, I can't do that. Like that's a waste. I'll put them on, and I'm like, oh, dead shit. So, but yeah, but like I didn't want to do that. I don't like bugs. Same thing, bro. Why would I want to put bugs in a fucking guy? Jeez. It's like, yeah, I agree 100%. But dude, those things would work great. But if you look at a magnifying scope, man, and like like that shit, magnifying glass or fucking like under a dude, yeah, they're nasty. They look fucking like something out of a horror movie. Very bad, like an alien shit that you don't want to fuck with ever. A horror movie, like. But they're doing good for you, right? They're on your side.
Dude, the scariest ones that I've ever seen that give me chills to the bone are when you get the fucking russet mites. It's like the plant will look like it's got a nutrient issue or something, a pH thing or something weird with it. And you start looking, and you gotta look with the fucking 100-time scope or whatever, and you see these little maggot-looking things on your leaf, and it just fucking it's the
That's
heebie
what the thrips look
every
like,
time.
bro. When
Dude,
we're
it's
in the
like,
early stage, the creepy crawlies, and I'm like, these things have legs, and you look really even closer, and they have little legs, but they're like a worm-like little thing moving around.
I always
Shitting
feel them
everywhere and
crawling on
fucking
me afterwards too. I always get the fucking weird
yeah.
something crawling on you and shit. Like what is that, man? It's funny.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, what is that? I mean, you probably can't really feel them crawling because they're so small, but it's like,
It's a
you know
mental
that they're
thing,
there.
I think.
It could be. They
You
could
feel
be
it
crawling.
there. Spider mites too. Yeah. Spider mites now, I don't know. It's like after you've dealt with them, you figure out how to deal with them. It's kind of almost just. I don't know.
You're like,
Yeah, it's not as dramatic as a thing. I remember like the first time you see them though, it's like, oh my god, dude, you can't sleep, you can't do another fucking thing
you can't
until
do
that
nothing,
guy
bro. You're like,
comes to
God
get the
damn, what did
fuck
I just get myself
out.
into?
Like they're multiplying by the minute. Yeah, there's a whole panic that happens the first time you see some shit. But I don't know. It's like after you dealt with it a couple
They're no
times.
fucking joke. When you see them, they're scary, dude. They're still like, it's like, you get the, like, fuck. Like, oh, I gotta step back and reevaluate her now. Because, like, what the fuck I just walk into? Like, oh my God, what is that? You know? You're like, oh no. And then you're on your phone. God, fucking help me. You know? Saying a prayer. Fucking things are nasty, dude. I hate spider mites. I haven't got them in a long time, knock on wood, but they haven't got thrips in fucking 10 years either. And I got those recently. So, like, oh, look at that. Just so happens anything can happen coming from fucking any kind of store you go, that you might go to because somebody walks in there, they get crawling on them. They have no fucking clue they have the thrips or new grower or whatever else. Next thing you know, they're fucking jumping off and doing whatever. Not really jumping off, but somehow they managed to get to the other fucking source, and now they're thriving inside of fucking a bag of fucking baby blues or some shit. You know what I mean? Right next to the fucking the gnats and whatever else the fuck's in there. It's like, ah, shit. So
Dude, I think it would have come from something besides the cocoa bag though.
no,
We
it definitely came from something besides the cocoa, but the cocoa was right next to everything else that was organic and shit like that. That it probably came in on the truck from the facility. Truthfully,
Well, it could
they in a
fucking
mass,
fly
you
in. They
know.
could have came in on a fly, dude, that flew in your room from the
But
outside.
when it was already introduced to the store, it was during fucking times where it had a lot of water and different things like that from transportation that was uncovered fucking shit. Then they bring it in like that, and then you have a climate where it's like really really acclimated to a decent environment, and then things start to thrive. So realistically, you know what I mean? They probably came from whatever different climate zones and shit like that because it's wintertime around here. So when it came, it was a cold ass rain, like just above freezing. So it really shouldn't have been too much and being able to. There wasn't very much shit flying around. But when you put it inside of something that's nice, fucking 68, 70 degrees, and it warms up to that, being soaking wet or whatever from the fucking truck right here, well, you're kind of asking for it at that point. And then it's like, hey, look at this. It's got it in this one. Now this one's got it, and this one's got it, and that one's got it. And it's like, shit. Especially if you don't sell them too fucking fast. You sell them really, really quickly, then you probably don't have a problem. But
Yeah.
yeah, you're right.
I
Certain
think
thrips and
I think it
shit
more
fly
like
around.
brought that in on your pants than from that cocoa though, or a fly.
Honestly,
Bring it in.
that's the only thing I went to the store for, and that day, and I fucking came to my garden, bro, and nothing. I've not had any problems before that, and I transplanted that night, and then like 2 days later, I started seeing them, like where they weren't there before. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm hoping if it was my pants, it came from that fucking store. You know what I mean? Because like I'm like, I haven't gone anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't gone anywhere else. Wasn't shit flying anywhere. Hasn't been 60 degrees. It's been 30s. So there
Did
wasn't. I
walk
don't think
by
I've
any
got shit
grass
from.
on the way in, or I'm
No,
saying
no,
that.
you walk by grass, but like if it's 30 degrees outside, everything's fucking dead, bro. You're stomping on fucking dead grass. You know what I mean? It's not really. I don't think shit's kicking up and flying around. I don't see anything flying outside when it was 30 degrees. I'm like, fuck that. Everything's like, nope, it's too cold. But
Gotcha.
going to a store where it's a bunch of shit like that and a bunch of people have already been in there, who knows? You know what I mean? I could
Right.
brush against a dude that fucking just walk by and I'm like, oh shit. Now I got it on my pants because
Social distance.
homeboy was rolling around his garden.
You
Yeah,
mean-
but like, you know what I mean? Like, don't give me that shit. You'll be fucking putting me out to be the bad guy, you
I
bastard.
see what you're saying. I'm just,
You know what I mean, bro. Come on, I'm over in a fucking circumstance where I could be, it could be exposed to something. But I don't know how it happened. I'm gonna blame that
yeah.
because it wasn't there before. So that's the only thing I really can do, It wasn't there before I brought that shit in, and it was there after it. So, fuck.
Right.
Duck walks by, you
Whatever
call it a
makes
duck.
you feel better, right?
That's right. That's right. I blame somebody. Fuck it.
I guess shit happens.
Nah, dude, I don't know, man. It does shit happens, man. Either way, the problem's fucking gone now. But yeah, that's where I feel got that shit from. So Either way.
I just say that because
If it was warmer out, dude, for sure. What was that?
No, I just say that because I've seen people go back and forth about fucking, oh, I got this clone from you, and now I got this problem, and it's your fault and shit. And it's just kind of like,
Oh no, like that. That's why I don't really take clones in the garden, because if I do, it's gonna be a real reputable source, bro. Because like I don't want to be that guy to be like, dude, what the fuck, man? You know what I mean? Like everything was good, and I treated it when it came in, and all of a sudden these little fucking bugs are running off my plants. Like, could be that direction, but you should be smart enough to quarantine your plants and still be able to fucking have somebody give you a clone, even if it does have some kind of a problem. You know, you should be able to treat that shit by, you know, taking the right necessary steps to do that. But yeah, I don't like playing really, the blame game per se. I just know that I've been going to the same place to get my same cocoa for the longest time, and I never had a fucking issue. And then that one time, and I'm like, damn it. So
now are you switching stores?
I switched cocos from I ordered some stuff off some 6 times wash shit off of Amazon, and like, what was it, 10-pound bricks or something.
So,
And then I added my own perlite and shit.
so it could have came from the grocery store, but now you're going to blame the company.
No, I'm not blaming the company. I didn't blame the company. I blame the fucking store. Like, you know what I mean? Because if it could have been transportation, it could have been whatever. I mean, if I've already had that place where I've gone to get that cocoa, and I've never had an issue with it, and I get cocoa from that place, and I come home and now I have an issue, what am I supposed to say? I can narrow it down to, being 60, 70, 70, 30, of like, it could have came from there, maybe it didn't, but chances are it did. There's a lot of people in there that have grows going in and out of there.
After going to the grow store, showering, doing different protocols, like almost treating the grow store like you walked into somebody's infected room, because like you really don't know. I mean,
right.
So they don't really know.
People come into grow stores with problems, wanting sprays and wanting different things and wanting fucking this and that. Right. I have a problem.
They go in there and pull leaves. They pull leaves with the problems and bring the leaves in for the grow store to see. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
now they're waving spores around at you and you got fucking PM the next day. It's like, well, I probably got it from that. You know what I mean?
I don't know, but it just jumped on me.
Oops, sorry, rubbed it against you. Right. Where did it go? Where did it go? It came out of the bag? Oh, shit.
Right.
But, no, I mean, it is what it is, man. Without playing the fucking playing game and shit, but it is what it is, man.
It's good you got them conquered. What was the definitive blow, would you say? The definitive corrupt punch?
Fucking spinosad, man.
Spinosad? All right.
Spinosad, that shit worked. Yeah. A couple of sprays of that. I used some OMRI shit to spray it with beforehand. That was like the same exact brand of that, just without spinosad. And I want to see how that reacted. Slowed them down a little bit, but didn't stop them. And I was like, all right, and we're a week into it, and they're not really fucking stopping. So I'm gonna spray with this. Right after that, it was like 2 times they sprayed it. They're like, yep, we're dead, we're done, fucking out the fucking door. So I was like, oh shit. So I think that was the definitive blow. That and the defoliation process of just taking them off there and fucking getting them out of the garden. I mean, put them in a bag and fucking get them out of there.
I think I might be wrong, but I want to say that spinosad might be systemic or whatever. I might be wrong. I want to say it's on the list of them.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be. I'm supposed to be using in fucking flour and shit.
Well, yeah, I guess
it stays for a little while, man. But
systemic works really effective because it's in the sap. You know what I mean? The plant sap, so it's all through the plant, and then they basically die when you eat it.
Yeah, they go sterile right after, and they're like, they start eating shit, and they just start dying off. They can't reproduce some shit. But yeah, I used the other shit beforehand, and for about a week, and then I did a couple of sprays, alternating every 2 days, and just it was done. Did not come back. The plants loved it too. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, wow, like what the fuck is this you're giving us? It's like, all right, well, there you go, and then they just went nuts.
Yeah, when you get a nice knockback on whatever pest, they do seem to get happy. They're almost like, oh, like.
Yeah, like it feels a lot better than what the fuck I was just dealing
I would
with.
imagine, dude, it probably like if you couldn't move. I mean, imagine you can't scratch yourself or whatever, and you got all these little bugs crawling all over you. You're probably freaking the fuck out. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was bugging, bro. I was really not having it. I bought arm sleeves and farmer armor and shit like that, and was like rolling them up, putting those in bags, putting them in the wash machine right after, fucking spinning them out. I don't like bugs. I'm all set with those. But you got to deal with the problem. It's like, you might not be changing shitty diapers, but guess what, bro? You're still a father. You got to do that shit. Guess what? So I'm like, all right, well, we're into it. Fucking gloves, and let's go. You know.
What do you do for regular IPM then? Or you only
I was
treat?
using my UVC light and HEPA filters and shit like that for any kind of like spores and shit like that in the tents. So I have HEPA units that recirculate the air inside that kill 99.7 or some percent of whatever it's going in there. For bugs and shit like that, it's basically I wasn't really doing any sprays for any kind of bugs. I never really had fucking bugs that much. Keep everything kind of very clean inside the tents, wipe them down. I mean, just make sure that you don't have any kind of wetness that goes underneath the fucking your little drip trays and shit like that can cause any kind of molds underneath. You know what I mean? Just stuff like that, just regular IPMs like that. And then I used a UVC light that I built 20 watt to go over the crop and the inside of the tent when I was after every single grow. So I would kill any kind of whatever was in there also. Plus clean out everything out, the fans and shit. So I was doing all the necessary precautions. I'm like, oh, what the fuck did I do wrong? Like I don't have bugs in there. Like what? Sticky traps and shit. Just to make sure that they have monitoring traps and stuff. And so I was very surprised, and I was like, this is bullshit.
Fuck, man, I have to hit them twice a week, or I can't. Like all through veg, I'm consistently twice a week. I'll spray for it. I like the canna control stuff from Mammoth P or whatever. That seems to have been really effective in a lot of ranges, and the plants respond really well too. They're happy. But yeah,
The crop control one from Mammoth.
yeah, I think it's called
is it orange one? Yeah, something like that. It's like orange one, right?
Yeah. But
orange bottle. I think
if I get off a routine though, Koski, where I'm like, hitting it once a week or whatever, that's when I see issues. So like after a few times of that, I'm just fucking gonna be twice a week consistent. And if I stick to that, it's always, I don't know,
right.
Really an issue. Or
now that I have this problem, I'm like anything can happen, bro. So just add it into there. It's better off just adding things into it. Even if you don't like fucking spraying and shit, it's worth it. And veg and shit. So I definitely don't want to spray anything in flower.
So does that Mammoth come with the same Mammoth price as?
Oh yeah.
Mammoth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't think it's too bad actually. Bro. I want to say it's I don't think it's too bad. There's
I got a bottle for free from the hydro store, but that was it's pretty expensive for what it's worth. I mean, it's not any. If you were to go to regular bottle Mammoth P, it's still pretty pricey.
Well, it's not more money than its equivalent, though. You're looking at like a plant therapy or something like that. They're all pretty similar.
Right.
Green cleaners right there.
There's even better products than that shit.
Can't forget Leon from All Purpose Plus. That's a pretty decent product right there too.
I'm not sure on the price range. That's why I didn't include it.
It's actually pretty decent, and I've actually used them. The powder ones that he has, the powder product as well. Like you mix stuff. I really enjoyed that. I thought it was just as effective as the pre-mix shit you could buy, and it was like a third of the cost. He actually gave you that big of a break on the powder mix. But I was pretty impressed with the all-purpose cross as far as IPM. Smells good too, which always helps.
You're right. John, you are right about that, bro. It can't hurt. if you're outside using it. I'm inside using it. I'm not fuck with honeybees and shit, but you are right about that. Spinicides can fuck up that.
And yeah, wettable sulfur works well. I don't know. It's kind of gross to try to spray through all your whole veg and whatever. Definitely cover, have breathing protection, and then you're not going to want to use it in relation with it. You want to be mindful of essential oils when you're in that relation. And I have no idea. It's some form of a reaction or with the oil or whatever. I have no idea what happens. Supposedly it burns, and I've just always kept to that protocol because that's what was told to me. But the main thing I use wettable sulfur for is dipping my clones. And I don't really spray it through the veg no more. I just do it at dipping clones, and it seems to be the most effective.
Not to contradict you there, Smiley, but that all-purpose plus is basically essential oil base, and you can spray that lights on or off. I've actually sprayed that fucking right under the HPS lights with them on, and it hasn't fucking burned the plants at all. I've never had that product burn under light use, daytime use.
Oh yeah, it's good to know. Dig it.
Could be maybe just certain oils, certain essentials may trigger that, but
Oh,
at
I was
least in
talking about the reaction with sulfur, though. If you're going to use wettable sulfur, and that's, I don't know. I'm not sure what the reaction is between the wettable sulfur and essential oils, or if it's certain essential oils or what. I don't know. They just always said to give 2 weeks. I know I've gone a week, but I spray pretty much daily, so I'm rinsing them off quite often too. So, you know what I mean? I look at frequency of how often you sprayed since the use.
Trifecta is awesome, bro. That's good shit.
What's that?
Trifecta.
Yeah, Trifecta's one too. Yeah.
Yep. They've been a really good product. It's been coming, last few
lot-
years been coming up, getting better.
And a lot of those, if you look at them, they fall in a similar category. In my mind, anyway, they do. Not to say that they're all the same, because I don't think they are, but they definitely will have some form of an emulsifier. They'll have some form of essential oils, and then they'll have whatever other ingredient you know what I'm saying? Like there's usually something else, a citric acid or whatever in there and there'll be little differences, or someone will have multiple different oils in them too,
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say that they're really crazy price for the Canada though, or the Mammoth P one, I guess.
It's worth it, depending,
Your thoughts
I
on
think it's worth it.
alternating? Even though that's a good product, do you think you should still alternate every few weeks or every other spray?
I do alternate, and I alternate with the Marone biological stuff. So I have Venerate, Grandivo, and Regalia, which those are expensive as fuck. And I'm really kind of like, I don't know if I need to be doing these, but I knew they were effective as well, and they work in different ways. All three of those operate in different ways. So in that light, I was getting, in my mind, I guess I'm getting a 4-way approach to kind of IPM form.
Attacking everything right there, yeah. That's not bad, bro. I think it's a good idea.
I don't stack them,
What
but
are your thoughts on like some of the lactose type sprays, enzymes, like fucking Dr. Enzymes and shit like that?
I've never used
Dr.
them.
Zymes is a good product. I've used it.
I guess, Eagle, my question for that every time is, if the enzyme is what's effective, then why couldn't you use like a malted barley spray? You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's, I'm not saying you can spray. I've never sprayed my plants with a malted barley, whatever. So don't take me to quote for this, but I'm just saying, if you're gonna use an enzyme to kill the bugs, and what they're advertising, I believe,
420, guys.
why wouldn't that same enzyme be in your malted barley? mix. You know what I mean? Spray that and melt their shells. Cheers.
Fucking
Cheers.
slacking tonight. Hope I didn't chase Vegas off by trying to work tonight. That's why I don't fucking trim and shit. That's why I don't work, man. As soon as I turn around, people are like, man, this guy don't give two fucks about what's going on here and shit.
It was 4 o'clock.
But
we get it, bro. We get it. Yeah.
Dude. I'm about ready to. I got a new toy though. I did do. I don't know if you've seen on my IG, but I was fucking got a juicer. So I tried. I was stripping leaves off or pruning leaves off, whatever. But so I had a pile of fan leaves anyway. So it was my first attempt at juicing them tonight. It's kind of interesting.
let me know how that works out for you.
Dude, I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be pretty killer. So
I think the
Juicing them for your consumption or the plant's consumption. They make them like.
I'm trying to
Juicing them
water it
yourself?
back to the plants, Koski. So like
Okay, all right.
yeah. So I'm doing it with that intention. So sorry, I gotta plug in here. So the like KNF guys are doing it with ferments, and they're I mean trying. The concept I've always grabbed from their talks is that the osmotic pressure of that sugar is pulling the juices out from inside the plant cells. You know what I mean? So that's their fermented plant juice or whatever. So outside of that, I was like, I don't know, fresh plant juice makes sense to me more than that, I guess. I don't know. So that's how I was just gonna,
I get. Yeah, you go.
What about
That's
Brandon Russ's like theory there of like chipping them up because when you chip them up or or grind them up while they're still alive, they secrete they produce a hormone. You know what I mean? It's the plant's reaction to create that hormone before that brew that he was talking about there. Is that such a thing? Do you think the leaf head can chemically change in that instance, or why it still has some moisture in there, it's still alive and kicking? Or is there a certain sweet spot to what you're trying to do there? Does it have to be fresh? Am I throwing stones and splitting hairs?
No, I think it definitely the concept of trying to juice and the idea of what I'm trying to do is like fresher the better because you're trying to take, I guess in lack of a better description, you're trying to take the life force from that living plant and squish the juice out and put it right back to the living plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm not
remember
sure all
correctly, if I remember correctly, what he was saying was when they grind it up, that hormone was basically a growth regulator, PGR. I probably fucking said that fucking high. So but a natural growth regulator is basically what it said was that hormone was the benefit of taking fresh leaves and then chipping them or grinding them up and then making that 24-hour ferment was a natural bud hardener was the benefit. Was what he was trying to achieve out of it.
Oh shit.
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, I do the same thing with like willow trees, and to put in my cloner and shit. That's along the same lines, wouldn't it be? Like, I mean, using
yeah, but when you said juicing, I thought you were gonna start like actually like fucking juicing it. Like, good morning, yeah, fucking here's a fucking cannabis leaf
Top of the
smoothie
morning
and
to you.
shit.
I don't know, man. I was looking at it, but I was like, I don't know. It's like, it's all frothy and foamy and shit. It's fucking thick, dude. It's thick, green, thick juice. And it's like, smells like fresh cut grass. And I'm just like, I don't know.
It's all that chlorophyll in there. Yeah, yummy.
But,
Probably
I
good
do
as
like
shit
it though
for you,
because it poops out like this pulp. Like it's all the leaves are ground up into a pulp at the end of it. I do like that part because then I'm top dressing that back to the plant, and I think that'll be fucking really start breaking down real fast. You know what I mean? Just theoretically, we squished all the fucking cells, broke them all open and shit.
You do.
I can. That's same reason I feed back that water to my hash plant, or from my hash water to my plants. Same thing. You're just getting a fresher version of it, more pure.
So I did.
But I bet you. So would there be any benefits for since you're watering that to it? Would you of course get it better a benefit as Coot says just throw that shit in your earthworm bin first and let the enzymes and shit come out with it?
I don't think so.
As they shit it out. No
I think it's a
benefits.
different concept. Maybe that pulp, you know what I mean? Maybe that pulp out the end, put that in the worm bin. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
but
The
if
actual physical matter.
I think otherwise the stuff you're juicing would be lost through that process, a lot of it. But I don't know. I'm not sure. No idea. Something I'm trying, man. Like I say, like I don't know if that's adding a shit ton of potassium or if that's like a big dose of nitrogen when I'm adding that. Like, I mean, it's chlorophyll, so it's got to be magnesium and nitrogen, right? Like, there's one
It's all
chlorophyll,
there.
four nitrogens are on one magnesium, right? Like, so I mean, some of that's there, but like calcium, I don't know if calcium's going to be there necessarily because that's in my mind's eye is more in the cell wall, right? Like, and that's the pulp shit coming out the end. So I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what's in there.
Agree.
Sure, there's a lot of hormones, a lot of sugars, a lot of enzymes, whatever.
I feel like when it comes down to it,
Smiley.
I'll see tomorrow when I
it's
go
not
back
bad.
there.
It's not
And they're
bad.
all fucking like yellowed and fucking droopy and shit. I'll find out then.
It doesn't seem like a
That's why I
bad
did-
concept, bro.
Yeah, that's why I did the video of the garden tour tonight, so I could fucking not have to walk in and try to do a tour with them all yellow. There you go. I'll experiment after this. What's that, Ego?
Fucking, I'm still working on that fucking girl from last night. I didn't start her till today, and I've been slowly wet trimming her all fucking day. That girl's fucking. This is still. I mean, dongs like this all day. Fucking Smiley. That fucking herbs dryer machine. My herbs now was filled long ago. Long ago. And I've actually been able to pack 10 zips into that fucking my herbs now machine. And like I said, she's been long filled, and I'm still trimming over here on this one. So, the organics didn't do bad. Not a bad organics, but right there, pretty impressive.
Looks good.
It's still all in one plant. So, any thoughts on your re-amending or the next round on that? Just fucking put them right next to it. Yeah.
Oh man, my eyes got enlightened to a lot of stuff. But yeah, I guess I'll have to figure something out. What do you got in there? What do you got there right now? Still left? You got worm castings left, and you got.
Actually, I'm gonna take that back because I'm not actually gonna re-veg the one. There's a little bit still on the other carcass. I think I'm gonna fucking re-veg one girl in there.
Probably do it. I know like nitrogen, potassium, and calcium were the three that were really hammered, and I know some of the guys when they talk about re-amending them, it's like adding lime to it, some form of a lime, because they're as if they are operating anaerobically, they're typically dropping pH. Is my understanding of it. So you want the alkalinity from the lime to be there to help balance that, I guess.
So nobody steal this. Throwing it out there right now. I don't know nobody else that's doing a series like this. So
What?
Nobody be stealing my shit.
What's
If I see one, if I see somebody starting this series, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be you're watching this show and you done fucking stole my idea.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
I thought about. Remember, I was talking about filling this girl, this pot behind me one of them, at least a few of them, full of soil. All right. And I got to thinking, that's a lot of soil. It's a lot of soil. We've talked a lot of times about how, soil that in a good soil isn't necessarily coming around till second or third use. You know what I mean? You're doing it right, fucking adding to it. She don't break loose till the second or third run. So what I thought about doing, it's kind of what I'm not doing with the earth box, but similar, I guess, is I think I'm gonna chronicle the life of a fucking plant and a re-veg. So I think I'm gonna fucking take one of these girls that's in one of these giant pots. I'm gonna throw a strain in it. I'm gonna flour it. I'm gonna fucking cut her back. I'm gonna re-veg her in that same pot. I'm gonna relive her. We'll put her right back through veg, clean her up, give her another life. I'm gonna chop her down again. I'm gonna re-veg that same fucking carcass in that same fucking pot. And I'm gonna see how many times I can flip that girl without some kind of genetic sway, or if it'll just change altogether. You know what I mean? Different fucking terps, all that good shit.
With 7, I think.
I think 7
Did you say?
times.
I think so. Now that I said it,
I actually fucking
before that, it'll be like, well, you didn't go till 7. I don't know.
I actually met a guy in a grow when I was fucking learning to grow. Well, it was a few years in. I fucking met this kid at fucking. It was the first time I actually heard about re-vegging, and he was talking about, yeah, I fucking flowered this. I cut her back, and I'm gonna throw her through flour again, and I'm like, you could do that? He's like, yeah, man. I've been flowering this way. He had pretty much done the same thing. He's like, man, I've had 10 cycles on this same plant. I just cut her back and keep flowering again and flowering again, flowering again. He's like, this has been my favorite strain. And I couldn't imagine. I still thought it was nuts, but I think it would make for a good series, to actually watch it happen, unfold week after week, and watch it, throughout a year, whatever. See what happens.
I dig it. I would say probably, from what I recall that went in there, you probably might be good through some of the veg or re-veg portion, but before flour, you probably want to. I don't know, man. Now my eyes are open to the test. It's like it's all a fucking guess. And if I try to tell you without testing it, I don't fucking know.
Right. I agree. Test it out, bro. I'm fucking kind of eager to see it. Usually it's like you see one person, a person re-veg it once, and then, but not like twice, and then like 3 times. What the fuck, bro? Like, it's gonna. How many times can you go?
7.
But how are you really gonna test it? Like,
well, you could just do lab tests after every harvest. Take one in and actually the same test, facility. I think you'd be somewhat close.
Is that way? Are you gonna do that?
We'll see. Why not? PSI test. Testing isn't that bad here in Michigan. For something like that, it's not like I'm doing 10 strains at a time anymore.
Dig it, man. I don't know. I'm gonna bop out though. And
yeah.
Yep.
It is
right with you there, bro. Same here. Yep. Nice.
Thanks for popping in, guys.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Ego. Yeah, it was a good conversation tonight. That was cool with Pop Mushrooms too. Respected him. He's a good guy. So, doing something.
You should actually have something in your mailbox tomorrow. I'm actually getting another more shirts tomorrow too. You're gonna probably be pissed. I hope you like you got a green one. But I ordered like a bunch of random colors today. He's probably gonna be pissed. Right? You're probably gonna see a red one, be like, "Man, that red one looks fucking so much." everybody, first round got the fucking bright green ones and shit.
No, see, I know
In
I'm
time,
That's cool.
in
Yeah,
time,
bro.
we'll get more. We'll get more. We'll get more.
Uh,
But you should have yours tomorrow for sure.
all right.
For sure.
I'm excited, man. That'd be
Have a
cool.
good one, man.
All right, guys. Hope
Later,
you all
guys.
have a good Monday. Appreciate it.
Grokowski, thank you for popping in, sir. And goodbye. Damn it, I gotta put down the scissors now. Polish Hammer, what's up? Cheers, everybody. Pardon me not saying much tonight. Been kind of just hanging out, enjoying the deep chats, the great chats that we have here in the wormhole night after night. Let me find my paperwork. Got part of the shout outs list. I couldn't believe how much of the shout out thank you, Sarge. Thank you for fucking saving me fucking 16 minutes of fucking rambling shout outs. Oh man, I've done that once. Thank you guys. Oh man, I looked up, seen you're muted. Thank you, Sarge Gross 818. Oh man. Well, I probably would have repeated the shout outs, but I'm not going to repeat all the rambling bullshit. Thank you guys for tuning in. I greatly appreciate all your guys' time. Thank Bingus, Smiley, Grokowski for popping in tonight and hanging out for some cool conversation. Sorry, I was quiet most of the night, just hanging in and listening to some great conversation and then trying to get some work done. Oh man, I can't believe I almost did it again. Motherfucker, I can't believe I almost did it again. Well, what I did say is I can't believe Jack Greenstock fucking ciphered out a good portion of the shout outs list last night. Yesterday's show's comments list. That's fucking crazy. Oh man, you guys are awesome. Well, let's get running through this thing. I call the shout outs. So cool. D's House of Dank, Mama Law 710, Scarecrow 420, Greet Them Bum, Christina MG89, Unplugged 705, Medical, McGillicuddy, Rick T, the Rebel, the 92207, Fabian, Salinas, Dave's Not Here, Tom Spook, Greg Walker, Mendo Dope, T-Dog, Red Dung Beetle, Red Eye Jedi Grows, Mother Nature, Justin Conway, Duckweed, Run Boy 7426, Justin Gooder, Strongman, Okie Grower 75, Corey Trevor, Mike Wallace, Bull Vision 420, Cujo, Cat Daddy, Taco Don Slug, Rick S. in the Bushes 827, Jade Seaman, Kevin Hahn, World Slap Soap, Pirates Fan, Biominter, Dirt Road Dude, Kenneth Shiva, Jose Ramirez, Red Eye Rustler, Dab Goblin, Dr. Buzz Lightyear, Acetone 710, Canuck, Kenny Queen, Genetics, Stabby, Tanaze, Fumador, Dirt Man, Dan, Keitha, Black Sails, Mr. Bocilla, Sim Premium Gardens, Rasta Bob, Rasta Jeff, Soul Root, Small Tubes, Tyler Ross, Frosty Buds, North Michigan Micro, Ouija Buds, Dub T Roy, Big Jar Grows, JC, Modern Genetics, SoCal Wiedner, John Last, PPJ 15, PPG 15, That is, sorry, last PPG 50. Green County grower, say CJ Apple. Fucking day one right there. Tons and tons of respect for you, my friend. Perfectly Imperfected Dollar Tree Grows, T1 Productions, Date Grower, DOA Grown Meds. We miss you. Deep Miss Nudie Grows, I Grew Some, Johnny Cannesseed, Nutrients, Shootouts, Snotty Nicky, Zoe and Slammer, NNY, Pixel Monkey, St. Bernard's Observation Booth, Clover 420, High Spy, Aldridge 25, Madam T, Stu Moo, Mo Grower, The County Crate, Loki Grows, Cass, This Guy's Burton, 79, 79, Polish Hammer, Midwest Outlaw, 31, Voodoo Ultras, Fresno Nerds, Cali Connection, Wolverine Grower, Big Jar Grows, Jimmy One for Life, laid way back for our D Block, MMP Nations Creations, Amber Lalana, Psychedelic Warlock, Artist LD, Sir Sticky Rob, Big Day 420, Brent Window, Big Ed 1961, Manawati, G3, The Green Click, J&K, Triple G, Mr. Sprinkley, Brittany, Tyler Teasley, Hope Farms, Lisa G, John, B2 Crazy for You, BGWG420, Dr. Budswell, Purple Thumb OG. Hopefully you are doing well, my friend. Arthro, Sensimilia, Arthro, Just Face 420, Beast Coast Grover 420. Hopefully you caught his show last night. Sir How, Trey Valone, Keep It Real, Haggerton 420, Zeb Zeppelin, Audit Everywhere, BTWD Grows, Bingus, Green Puffin Man, Alex Boy Jeff, Chef Life, School of Crop, Cause I Love It, Green Mountain Grower, Southwest Okie, Reels 100, 212, Annie Man, Miranda Family Farms, Page Farms, Me All Flower, Brian Anderson, Green 13, Noob Silbout Wins, Kingdom Aquaponics, Indra, Michigan Native, Mary Jane Medgardens, Dreamer 77, Double D, Bad Bunny Nutrients, Mr. Green Pots, Mr. Green Nugs from 619 to 664, Spaniard, Cougar Jones, The Grow, Papa G Grows, Raz Amy, Dro Grows, Cass, The Grow From Your Heart Podcast, Lily, Luna, Green Men Flock, Jeremiah Miranda, Stony Creek, Lost Art, LG 420, Giant Mike, Prometheus Soy, Jason Isom, P. Win, David Colby, Mason 662, Scroggy McScroggington, The Goddess Grows, Kaylee, Chad, Brad, Family Farms, Polly P. Bjorg, Kevin Jodry, Mike Honcho, Jay Huggins, UDA, Green Tree Hugger, Kush Cloud, Joshua Steensland, Oak Home Buds, Warren Nelson, AKM1, Maine Mystic, Show Love Always, Kelly Stone, Texas OG, Chuck Norris, Sarge L, Claire Fresno, Happy Guy, 311 Mix Up, Kinder Grows, Evergreen, G's, Friends, Tree, MMJ, Man S, Save Ball, Dragonfly B, Justin Benz, Travis Waltz, Lucky Mike, Eric Ferguson, Seattle Chronic Seeds, King Chronic, Titan from Blessed Coast Seeds, Shango Gas, Wabasso for Life, John Smith, Tommy Troicos, Boca King, Brass, Pop Little, Soul Roll, Spiky Pots, Oscar Green Jr., Matt Steelbird, Indo 11, Stephanie V, Shark Pulley 989, Bomb Bronze, Sovereign Garden, Stoner Nation 420, Joe Y, Bugs 1313, Grower, Painted Lady, Frank Boot, Jay Myers, Jamid the Chat, Mr. Manny D, Bag Seed, Dr. GGC, Jeff, Shredder 911, Dutch Grows 420, Scallywag 420, Skill Bull 1, Bed Grower 1, Empire Breeding Co., Rolly, Lostly, Liam Mass, Danny Daco, B Bear 7, Ali Noble, CK, Tom Trinidad, Looney Jester, Smoking With, Small Town, Tim S, Mr. Lazy, Rafter Grows, Rob, Automation is Freedom, Robert Hazelton, Door, Michigan Forward, Double Tap, Mr. Green Thumb 420, 808, Rooting Prospects, Bus Driver Hayton, Life Kenny 710, Operation Grow, T-Ben, TM 420 696, Rude Nuts, The Hammered Email, Dr. Scrambles, BB Moonrocks, GHF Double J, Bio Green, Self Grower 56, Hanky Steaky 420, OG, KP, Ganja Nana, Your Mama, Georgia Joey, Roy Rodriguez, Big Growing, Nature's Best Nugs, Killer Bee Grows, Ganja Wizard, Husky Gardens, Nut Tree 420, Dr. Soy Life, Bully 4 Life, the Jeffro 420, Beavis 698, Dr. Franklin Booty, Goddamn, I make Ted's Test, the Riffin' Fat Boy, Jack Greenstock 420, 420, Boom Farms, Charlie Farms, Aldridge 25, Smiley's Gardens, JT's, Miss D Snug, Smoke, Grow Frazier, Grow Koski, Twisted Roots, Faded Farm 420, Jeff Dorowski, Genetic Memory Farms, Evolve 420, Cameron, Mr. Bagseed, Jill Carter, Mystic Marks, Mystic Grower, Ginger Snap, CT, E, Grows A, Rick Wolf, DLP 2372, Ned Denver, Mike Denver, Sergeant Pepper 420, Cannon Troopers, Blind Cat 420, Light Up Again, Tim, UKSIF 420, Buddha Boy, Devin Shipwreck, Medical MJ, Budsville, USA, Resurrection Prophet, Chris Martinez, Date Man Dan, Date Man 420, Red Setter Farms, Good Luck, Joni Bell, Teacher B, Most Hated Grower, the Major General 420 Army, the American One, W Digger 714, Tarates, Kineos, Genetics, Mountain Skies, Ready Hit That Hot Fire, Chris Mertz, EM Save, Robbie, Sergeant Life, Hepa Cam, Finger Lakes, Finest, Ridge Patch, Dozer, Moon, Southern VT Grower. Happy birthday, man! One more time. Hopefully you had a blessed day. Seriously. Choose Medical, Jared Rare, Plus One, Mushroom, Secret City, Pioneers, My Little Tent, 2042, Spacewalker, Christian, 3 Month, T. Barrington, Heart and Soul, Homegrown, Mike B, T. Dwayne, East Coast Will, Heidi Day, Galactic Garden, Sean Smith, Elliptis, My Natural Farms, Pacific Northwest, Seeds, Ross, Kaya, Paul, Lemon, Hoko, Trent, Rita's UC Life, Richard 420, Grant Manual, Mary Bond, Sammy Sizzle 81, 90 inch colas, Chris Mo, DK Trades, Vision Creator, Guru, The Kind Brew, Canada Nation, JJ Wires, Dan the Indoor Man, Gromies Homies, Hamilton Gross, Clip Smoke, Keystone, Canaflag, PA, Big High 710, Eugene Greenleaf, Ace Drew Hustle, Fred Dark, Conlos, North Arizona Beer, Grove 420, No Sellout, Jesse White, Gastain Yeti, Introvert Genetics. Thank you for that guest tonight, that lead. Much appreciated. Also, Jay Vixen, Robin, Killer 8 Mo, James Buttercreek, C Dub from NorCal, The Pharmacy Seed Bank, Dreadhead, Smokey 616, Curtis Mahan, Matt Myron, Morte, Rick Heyman, Stephanie Dore, Antenna Seeds, Fabcarious K, Mike Rubles, The Drew Bear 420. Maxi 751, Lawrence Gonzalez, Slow to Get Up, Stu Moon, Popco 719, Bake with Shake Baby, Old Smoke, Bake, PWC, Grown Buds, Laura Wash, Mr. Weed Blunt, Old School Grower, Chad Westport. Much respect to you, my friend. Hotsko Grove, Florida Nugs, My Little Piece of Heaven, Pungent Sound Seeds, Goliath Grower, Richard T, Chrissy Wannabe, Mr. Food Spectrum, Gone God, Lori Hansen, Real 2,000 Years of Tradition, Mr. D. Conley, Mick Pimp Jan, Pimp J, McBodyface, Show Me Sasquatch, fuck Google and you, I'm Canadian Restore Poor Dirt, Farmer, Carl Wright, Zephyr, Humble Farms, Tannery Farm, Seldom Seen, Oak Park Gardens, Hell 9782, Skunky Packs, sorry, Martial Artist in 2012, Micro Slave Hefner, Daniel McDizzle, Medically Fit, KGB, Robert, Mr. Green Fingers, motherfucking Thomas, Rancho Coach, Plenty, Monkey Balls, Andrew Champlin, Bobby Lynn Means, Trent Digger, Mr. Mac, told you like baloney, Bill S. Weed Piece, Tater Delicious, Minty, Two Country Roots, Huron Fire Trenex, Earth Creeper, Big Ray 420, Teeny 101, Buds and Hazard, Mr. Club 14, Bearded B-Man, Farm 616, Snarl Max Screwman, Ruby, Timothy McGinnis, Neo, Justin Beans, Chronic 88, Fat Belly, Real, Jennifer Steele, Kinbis 03, Turk Farmer, Shannon Stevens, Carlitos, Latinos, Gator Country, Mr. Speed, Wolf Seed, Firesaw, Wally Wookie, The Goddess Grows, Boston Bob. Man, always a pleasure. White Feather Grows, where are you? You are missed, my friend. Check in. Burnage Rooms, Tone Grows, Dave, K-Man Grows, BX Gunner 81, Smith Dude, New Grows, Sean McCann, J Monks, Dank, Addenda, Wawa Canoe Grow, Fall Dog, Huron Cannabis Council, Alyssa Paris Rock Band, Justice Smith, 420 Ben, Fresh Grow, Thriving Herbs, High Boy, Your Mailman Grows, We Be Growing, Australian Growing, Love for the Plant, Argo American, Spot Poker, Unfrozen Caveman, Hawaii's Highest Surfcraft, Micro Goon, Jeff Lowenfeld, Mobius Grows, Steak Brownies, Dan D, Elliot Harkins, Mystic Flavor, Foraging Gardener, Overwater Overkill, Seattle Sea, Shadow Warrior, Valley Green 514, Amelia Jensen, Odds Indica, Dr. MJ Coco, Brandon Russ, Matthew Gates, Steve's Bags, Drone Star, Shotgun Willie, Dake Yoda, Jay Simmons, Sure Bro Grows, Clackamas Cool, DJ Conley, Aaron the Grower, late 1978, Michigan Grown Buds, Your Boy Roy Boy, Delta 9, Jamie Daniels, Clackamas 420, Stinky Colas, Dylan Steinfort, PFC Farms, Husky Garden, Scun Grown 707, J8 Drove, J420, Cascadian Growth, T-Toads, Monkey, 4 Plants A, Weedworks, Captain Scrog, Skunky Buds, Hans Warrior, Jackie Young, Terry Lee Live, Mix Gaster, Tempe, Annie N.D. Urge, Green Jr., Leon from All Purpose Plus, Green Goose, 11 Smiles 11, Bindu Buds, Micro Rasta Plenty. What we got here? Did both sides of that? Yes. How did I pause that? How did I pause that? Wow, Bobby, Sean Pins, Rescue Ready, Roadside LLC, Notorious Snug, Magma Seeds, Father and Son Trimming Tutorial, Sub T Dank, Jose Ramirez, Perez, Doggo the Hut 420, Buck, Chiba Man GR420, Community Videos. Them guys are killing it over there. Shout out to you guys. Detroit River Rat. I still love that rig. Luis Garcia, Michael P, AJ Everyday, Audit Everywhere, Cheddar Bob 13. Cheers to you, my friend. You were missed tonight. Main Food 420, Med Grower, Cookie Scoop, Jay Hendricks, In for the Grill, Captain Audit, Backwoods All Good, Tally Mansell, Adam Skankin, Chanel Simpson, One Smoke Away, Ganja Roach, Kazoo, Aaron, Burning Shrooms, Mr. Lincoln Stinkin, Angel Studios, MG, the 420 Grow Twin, Paul Diella, John Fleming, Jacobitz, Kimo F. Sky, Fireball, Flower, Polly P, Seldom Seen, Elevated, L, Lenny Organics, Sean Man, Shiba Man, Sony, Jeff Popolic, Ricardo Sosa, Dan J. Dan J, Earth Friendly Farming, Candy Forest Farming, fuck all that be, Misfit Grower, Jason Line 512, Shake Snake Eyes, Northern 4466, Jason Greystone, Stony Baker MD, Stony Creek, Russ Sonic, French Dweller, Tarzan Superman, Old Man Hermit Ass, Freebird Mogoer, Matty Gar, Simple Man, Survival Time, Tim Blake, Golf Coast Chronic, Stink Fat, Caballero, Palero, Holly Grower, Jen God, Steve Collins, Todd Kendricks, Property Maintenance, Sharpie, The Island Hayes, Scuba Steve Speaks, JR Ram, Randy K, TCDR, much respect to you, Claire Killian, Wardrobe Farming, Randy Grande, Pip 1000, Ace Boo 3223, Wake Up, Captain Freedom Bee, Puffer Smiles, 15 Digit, Ganja Moon Cash, Fred G, Super Bob, Growski 808, Weekend at Birdie's, K-Bag, Justin Station, Strong Style Organic, Zippy, iMedic 31, Honesty, K-Hell, Me All Flower, Brent Boo, Todd Kendricks, Newtons, KNT, Chris D, True Serum, Photons, Fo, Natty Dread, Barbara Matthews, Ancient Soul, Grown, Kevin Jiu-Jitsu, Canna Health and Happiness, Berserk 215, Collab Loco, Albert Tremblay, Mo Man, Matic Med, Raz Banshee, Helen, Hugh Janus, James T, Atomic Spoon, Miss Jill, Big Daddy, LT Gardens, Big High Flower, 420, Lobster Brush, Bro, sorry, Miss Tree, Maine, Red Pill, where the fuck are you, man? Touch base, Real Boy, Roy Boy, one more time, Aesthetic, Shannon Gibbons, Ruhan, Rick W, Comfortably Numb, One Smoke Away, the 840 Show, Rick Graham, Red Pill again, because you weren't here. Cannabis Pursuit, K. Rowley, Worthy Buzz, Logan Man 81, Oil and Flower Podcast, Buddha Blake, Cheers, The Entourage Effect, Warren Dixon, Pink Lady Luck, El Mano 420, Surrounded by Keith, Frowley Farms, Fringe Dweller, Single Father, Happiness Without Guilt, Richard Forbes, David Penta. Hopefully I said that right. B4 P-Funk, Nick T, John Reese, Without Bob, Prince Patty, Paul Bergman, Puffin Green Man, B. Dungle, James Chung, Serge Gross, 818, John Wayne, thank you, Sarge Gross, 818 again. Cooling Roots, Sister Golden Hair, DNL, Dankarino, K&F Garden, Blank 1030, Choose One, Only Feet, Farmer James, Crypto Dope, Hip Grower, that could be HIP Grower, Matt Levine, Javine, Dan Marino, Chronic Wonder, Sunrise, Top Floor Genetics, Mo Vision, Kind 2, Cannabis, Jesse Fisher, My Dog Nelia, Rooster, Alex Hardy Gear, Betty Cropper, Daniel Gross Photos, Michigan Grown Men, Sun Grown, Lexi, Brittany, Cool, my baby girls, I love all you with all my heart. No Limit, 916, Gropey Toad, Alchemiston, Canamix, Soil, Bone, Addiction, Ross, Joel, Alex D, Dirty Ore, Catfish, High Power, Thunder Dan, Propagation Station, John McDaniels, Lisa Marie, Sarge Gross 818 again because you told me I was fucking muted last day, or Blaze Daily, High Pride, Dipper, I think I got that right, Perpetual Eagle, Proud Warrior. Still think that one was a setup. Sarah Smiles for you. Frank Asada. Frank Asada. Hopefully I got that right. The Dank Duchess. God, man, I struggled with that. Kino. Sorry, Dank Duchess. That was a hell of an episode. Kelly Maxwell, Captain 420. Stink Fat without Bob. Ill Juster 420. And of course, Pop. Shrooms. And alas, never least, Weedus 207. Thanks everybody for joining in for another night in this crazy journey of my life in the cannabis industry with another journey in your someone else's life. I love this. Thank you for following along. I couldn't be more grateful. You guys are a huge part of this. These fucking shout outs is because I am grateful, very grateful for the people that take part in this. That means you. You guys have an amazing day. Kick ass. Make it a kick ass start to just an amazing, prosperous week. You guys have an amazing one. Enough amazing ones. How many times? Some of that should be almost a fucking shot type thing. How many amazings I can throw in a fucking episode? Crystals. You guys have a great day. I love you guys. You guys know the routine. This is the end of your journey for the day. Get some rest. If this is the beginning of your day, please, please do something nice for somebody. Random acts of kindness do save lives. I'm a living, breathing example of that. Love you guys.